4 guys on to do one of the fire hydrants. And I have to agree, these fire hydrants need to be done. And it's been years. And they're slowly breaking, and they're gonna just add up. And what I'm going to say, Mr. Finch, because I do listen to what you're saying, and maybe you want to listen to your words when you're saying, I don't know, understand, we just gave them a raise, why don't they want to work overtime? It's apparent, I've listened to the tapes, that I just know how you feel about our Public Works Department. You want to refer to us as the body, that you include us all, and it's not fair. Yes, we want this done. We have money in the water fund, spend it on what it needs to be spent on. Do the fire hydrants. Now, we need to find out, is Public Works, will they work the overtime on a Saturday? Or will they work it during the week? Now it's getting late, so they're not going to be able to do it on overtime after 3:30 because it starts getting dark. Now, as far as this, that's what I need to know, Trustee Grant. When you're looking at 40 hours for 2 temporary workers, they're going to have to get benefits. And I don't think the union would allow temporary, but when you talk about summer help, they're part-time. They only work part-time. So I guess we need to know what the difference is. And I want to see proposals side by side of what you're proposing, and then we're looking at yours, but we know they're saying it's 4 workers. It's going to take at least 4 workers to do a fire hydrant on a Saturday. So that's what I wanted to say. As far as this, when it came to the temporary worker, you didn't know what the difference was. Well, summer help is only 20 hours a week, and we don't pay them benefits. This, I believe we would have to pay benefits. And I think the union might have an issue with it because it's 40 hours a week. But it's with a salary, so that's just my opinion. But I'd like to see proposals side by side.
Okay, so that's what you want to say. You want to see proposals side by side.
As what we're looking at. They're talking maybe doing outside and also doing public works. I think we need to really look at this and then also look at how much money can we spend. You're right, we have the money in the water fund. You have a lot of money in the water fund. Take part of it, I'm not saying all of it, and try to get as much done as you can in the next 6 months, even.
Okay, so you want them to come back with some hard numbers, because these are kind of
This is only going to delay.
lower. It shouldn't take that long. It shouldn't take that long to put together that type of schedule. It shouldn't take that long. Trustee Williams?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't want to delay this any further. We've got the money. The water fund is supposed to be used for fire hydrants. We need to move on. I mean, this proposal calls for two temporary workers. We don't even have hired yet. We've got staff right now. I say we should move forward with at least getting started. We can always amend. We can always change and go into another program such as this one later on. But right now, I would like to see Public Works start this Saturday. Right. I would like to open it up to Public Works Department this weekend. I'd like to say we got overtime for you, and I'd like to get started. And we can always revisit it. No, yes, whatever. I say, as a trustee, that we need to start immediately. We need to stop putting this off. It's not like we don't have the money. We don't have to borrow the money. The money is there. Our resident safety comes first. Even if we start with Public Works going out and doing a couple fire hydrants or 1 fire hydrant every week from now until whenever they can, we're starting. We're showing the residents that we care. The money is there. I feel like we're holding the money hostage. And then if it doesn't work, then we move to Plan B. But right now, Plan A is, let's get busy.
Mr. Mayor and trustees, I'm sorry, you guys have been talking about fire hydrants for quite a while now.
We're trying to finish
One thing that was stated a while back that made a lot of sense, and then it was stated again tonight. You need to develop a plan.
This is the plan
the plan for them just to, because I'm talking. The plan for them just to start working on Saturday is not a satisfactory, well thought out plan. A plan of action would be something comparable to what the village administrator sent to you guys via an email. It's something similar to what Trustee Grant just to say, oh yeah, they're gonna start Saturday, which ones are they gonna start with? How is it?
Mr. Mayor, I
where's
think
the
it's out of order,
equipment?
Madam Clerk,
I
to take the
am
meeting
out of
over.
order, and I
think
keep
it's
telling
time-
you all from time to time.
Madam Clerk, you're out of order. This is the trustees'
Because
discussion.
when you guys do this type of planning or lack of planning that you do, guess who turns around and have to undo the unplanned?
please.
And that is me, and I'm not going to
Clerk,
just
this is
sit
not your
here
discussion.
quietly
Point of
and
order.
watch you guys create
Point of order.
disaster. It's
Point of order.
time out for your
of order,
big
Madam
words.
Clerk.
It's time out. It's time out.
Order, Madam Clerk.
We acknowledge that. Say something else.
Point of order,
Say
Madam Clerk.
something else.
Point of order, Madam Clerk.
You don't know. This is how you do that.
Mr. Mayor.
This is how you
Mr.
do
Mayor.
that. In case you need to know, you call a point of order to the mayor.
I asked him.
And no. And then
Mr.
the
Mayor, point of order for your clerk.
the point of order, and then he accepts it. You don't keep saying point of order, point of order, point of order.
Why don't you stop talking and let the trustees talk?
Learn, because you guys aren't being
Learn your job,
you're
let the
not
trustees do
talking
theirs.
as informed individuals, and it is sickening.
Madam Clerk, may I make my comment?
Hold on just a second.
That's what happens when you don't take point of order, Mr. Mayor.
Hold on just a second. Now, what we're not gonna do, and I did it this time because I didn't feel like trying to yell over everybody. But for a person to take a mic and just stand up and start talking, that's not gonna happen again.
Thank you.
And I hope that I don't have to do it again.
Okay.
But get your
No,
trustees
it's
in
not.
check. And then you'll get everything in check. But this is a zoo.
But are you going to
And if this is
listen? Are
a
you
zoo-
going to listen?
No.
Okay, so then if you don't want somebody to respect you, then how did you?
I want someone
No,
to
no,
respect
because
me,
I just
but
got
I
to-
think that they need to respect this entire
Why
process.
should they?
And they don't
Why
respect
should they?
this
You cannot
process.
just take a
They just
microphone.
push through whatever they think
Ma'am,
that they
how
want
do you know
without
that
any
How
thought.
you want to push it through?
Oh, please.
You cannot
To go
stand up.
from
You
listening to
cannot.
him, to listening, to
Okay.
looking at this one,
From
and
this
then
point
saying,
on-
oh, they're gonna start
From this
staring.
point on.
Listen to you.
No, listen to me. From this point on, if it happens, I will ask for the jury.
And you know what?
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, may I
Oh,
address
that's
my...
then fine, so that you understand, that's everybody. That's everybody.
With a
Then
jury
why are you going back and forth?
Mr. Mayor,
Why are you going back and
This is
forth, Madam
crazy.
Clerk? It is crazy. Because that's what you feel, fine. But if you're not going to respect the child, how you expect anybody else to respect what you're saying?
You know what?
So, that being said, I'm not going back and forth with you.
Mr. Mayor,
So then don't ask
let me,
me a
I'm not-
question.
I just,
You just asked me a question.
I'm through. I know, I made a statement. I didn't ask
No,
you.
you asked a question.
okay, I want to address Trustee Todd, because he made that point, and other trustees made the same point. I have no problem with Public Works. What I have a problem with is, let me say it since you don't want me to say the body. The trustees that came in last year, you guys scrutinized, let me exclude Trustee Williams. Trustee Todd, Trustee Brewer, Trustee Lozinski, and maybe even except for Trustee Bell, and even Trustee Grant. Everybody scrutinized all the departments. Was they qualified? Was the mayor put them in the right position? And all that. Trustee Brewer, first day of the meeting in February 2019, asked me about fire hydrant. That was nowhere in my job description, ever have been and ever will be. I put, subsequent to that meeting, put $55,000 in that budget for a fire hydrant. How many fire hydrants was done between then and now? We're about to spend $100,000 in this budget. So when I say, why can't they do their job? This is the same trustees, and now all the trustees included, that did not want to give the finance department a 2.5% raise or 2% raise last year in the budget.
That's not true.
That is true.
That is not true.
Now we're going back and forth.
That is so true.
Trustee Williams, you're going back and forth. We're not
We
going to do this.
had that conversation. So,
Let him speak. Let him finish.
can we, Madam, and we can ask Madam Clerk to pull the minutes
something.
So, no,
We are way
so
off
the subject is, trustee Brewer, the subject,
Are we gonna get some fire hydrants fixed?
right, that's the subject.
That's the subject.
The subject is fire hydrant came from last year.
I'm asking this board for a 5-minute.
Okay, all that extra stuff don't mean, are we gonna get some fire hydrants fixed?
You have to ask your public works department, trustee Brewer.
All in favor?
Ask your public works department. You told me find the money, I found the money. So,
I don't know when it's gonna start. I don't
What's your
understand all
5
this
minutes?
stuff.
You guys seem like you don't want to
It
listen.
don't make any sense.
So 5 minutes, you can sit here and look at each other.
You know,
Maybe it'll change.
Lord have mercy.
That's the shame. We're all grown people.
I got the money, okay? I can't make them spend them either, Mr. Fisk. Some of y'all. Why you need? I can't spend the money.
I can't talk to you, talk to me ever.
You see what I mean? Nothing for the residents. I know right here. Spend the money. Ain't this crazy? This is really crazy. As much as I fuck here, I don't know.
I'm 5 minutes, you see. When we talk about
This is
the grades.
crazy. This is really crazy.
Maybe y'all time down.
The trustees found $250,000 to sue the taxpayers and the mayor, but now they don't have money for fire hydrants. You all should be ashamed of yourselves. That's the truth. $250,000 in legal fees in 1 year. Their first year in office. You have money for that,
Anyway.
assholes.
I don't know.
Bunch of jagoffs. All of you.
I don't care. There's no man from another city gonna sit there and tell you how to do your job in your city. Come on now. You gotta go there and make nice with his ball.
That was not fair. No, they
Just like it was back in the old years.
Yeah, we want to go first. Yeah, that was only one person.
Outsource the damn thing. Get it done. You get all 37 of them done.
Trustee Grant.
You probably go over this.
Outsource it and get them all done.
All right, y'all, we got 2 minutes.
Yell it up. 67 done. Outsource it. Look, you ain't gotta worry about her feelings. How many gonna do overtime? Whether it's Christmas or not.
The union wants to file a grievance, let them.
Outsource it.
We're holding the village hostage and progress hostage because of what the union wants. And if Public Works will work on the weekend.
Call a meeting to order. Let's go. No. Call it what it is. Whatever.
I do my public comments like this, what's going on? Mayor Burgess. Mayor Burgess.
Why are you yelling at me?
Mayor Burgess.
What's that? Why are you yelling at me back?
I'm trying to ask you a question.
From back there?
Can I do my public comments while the recess going on?
No. Public comment has to be on record.
You gotta stay here with us.
Your public comment has to be on record.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's part of, I agree, guys.
What happens when you got all chiefs, no Indians?
Y'all can have that conversation tomorrow.
This kind of nerve.
Let's finish this meeting. Now, I asked the board to come back from recess. Madam Clerk.
No, you got to call roll before that.
Trustee Pruitt,
Here.
Trustee Grant, Trustee Jazinski, Trustee Todd, here, Trustee Williams,
Here.
Trustee Bell.
Here. Okay. In regards to, as far as the fire hydrants and everything is concerned, yes, we've beaten that horse for the last longer than I care to try to even think about. But what I would like to do is, and in senses, I still want to see something that we can go by, if it's going to cost or whatever, and then we can get that proposal and we can get it out to the trustees ASAP and get a consensus. So once we put something on writing and put it down, that shouldn't take too long. This is Tuesday. You're having it before the weekend. All I ask is that you give a consensus back. We talked about it. We went back and forth, and give a consensus back to the clerk, and we'll go from there. The next item. No, I want this to be resolved before next week. I don't see why it should be even on the agenda. It's just a matter of seeing what needs to be done, how much it's going to cost, and we can go from there. I don't think we need to, because he needs to let his people know, they're going to be working this weekend or next weekend. So they kind of, I can understand that. The next item is Trustee Todd.